When I started running, I really believed that if I was thinner, I would be faster. And I worked really hard to make that happen. And I ended up really injured many times. Are you a runner who believes that you need to change your body in order to run faster or run better? And does that belief get in your way of actually being able to run better, run faster, or stay in the sport? There is a pressure in our society, obviously, diet culture is everywhere, to look thin, to be thin, that thinness equals greatness. And then in sport, I think that is even elevated more so. And people talk about it a lot. And professional athletes are built a certain way. And we all may strive to look that way, but we're all not professional athletes, which is why we're here listening to me. And we want to use our running or whatever our sport is to build confidence from the inside out. When I started running, I really did think if I was thinner, I would be faster, and I struggled to lose weight. And what I ended up with is stress fracture after stress fracture because I was suffering from REDS, relative energy deficiency syndrome. I didn't know what it was at the time, but it does happen with overtraining and undereating. And it resulted for me in bone density loss, which I have since corrected. But I was on the severe end of this. Many people just find themselves undernourished and not performing to the best of their ability because they believe they want to lose weight to run faster, when in fact, you're probably hindering your ability to run faster by not nourishing yourself enough. The other problem with this belief system is you're constantly looking outside to see if you've hit your goals. You're looking for external validation, usually from a scale, to see how you're doing, which takes you out of looking inside to see how you're doing, or tracking where you might be right now, wherever that is, and where you want to go, and the actual steps it takes to get there, right? So if I want to run faster, I need to usually run my easy runs slower so that I have energy to run my fast runs faster. I can't run fast all the time, and I need to eat. I need to eat enough of all of the nutrients my body needs in order to run faster. We want to use running to build confidence. We want to look internally. We want to look at where we are now. What is a realistic goal for ourselves to set based on the time that we have right now, the time to train, the time to strength train, the time to sleep, meal prep. Those things all are very necessary. And also, what is the distance we're currently running and what is the distance we want to run? How do we get there safely? Or what are the paces we're currently running and what are the paces we want to run? How do we get there? Oftentimes, we need help from a run coach or a running app if you can't have your own coach. But we want to start with realistic goals, but we also want to start with reachable goals that help us build confidence. So a great example is if you're running 3 miles now and you want to train for a 10K, you'll feel great when you run 5 miles, when you run 4 miles. But if you're only focusing on finishing the race, you're going to miss all of those moments in between where you get to build your confidence, you get to pat yourself on the back, and the moments where you're struggling, we could use those to shift our mindset from sort of this, lots of people have this failure mindset, this work harder mindset, instead of a way to investigate what is happening, work with our internal dialogue, work with our body, and use a growth mindset to get to where we want to be. So we have to use the opportunities where maybe something feels off or our day didn't go as planned as ways to grow, because there's no failures, right? It's all experiences that we can learn from. So the mindset shift is one thing that's really important. One way we need to begin to shift our mind is from the external, I want to look a certain way or I want to weigh a certain amount, to the actual goals we have. I want to run this distance. I want to run at this pace. That should be realistic, both of those things. And I want to feel good doing it. If you don't feel good doing this, retire, stop. This is for fun. This is to build confidence. This is for you to spend your free time doing something you enjoy. So you should find whatever that is. But overall, if you are a runner, I would hope that most of your runs you feel happy to be doing, partaking in, and also finishing. And you feel happy to lace up your sneakers and get out the door or get on your treadmill if that's what you're doing. So the mindset has to shift from what's going to feel good for me, what's realistic, what obtainable goals do I have? And you want to apply this again to all areas. So I think sleep is also a great place to set goals and feel good and also experience the benefit of having more sleep, more consistent sleep. That will help your running tremendously. So we want to build from the base up, right? Just like if you were building a house, you want a really strong foundation. Sleep and food are that foundation of which you're building on. And that's a great way to shift your mindset from something external to a holistic view of yourself. Try and get in bed a little earlier. Maybe increase what you do for sleep hygiene and turn off the lights or put your phone away earlier and see how that helps you sleep. And then see how increased sleep helps you perform. And you can play with that and you don't have to feel bad about it. And it is a measurement that you have control over. The same way that running safely increasing your running distances is a measurement we have control over. That feels awesome when we can build higher and higher mileage if you're training for any race, right? If you're training for a 5K and you're only running a mile, it's gonna feel awesome to run 2 miles. If you're training for a half marathon, once you get to those double digits, that's gonna feel great, but you gotta build to get there, and you should celebrate yourself along the way because this all takes dedication. So that's the mindset shift we have to practice. The other thing we have to practice is looking internally. Think about when you go out for a run, set an intention. What are you hoping to get out of it? It could be anything. It could be alone time, it could be social hour, it could be fresh air, anything. But set the intention and allow yourself to get the benefits of whatever it is that you're hoping for. And then take a moment to take those in. This will also help you find a little pep in your step because you're doing something you enjoy, you're actively getting the benefits out of it, and you are allowing yourself to digest those benefits. Another thing I want to make a plug for is a rest day, right? When we're really focused on losing weight, we often struggle with taking rest days because our belief is we have to keep moving to keep getting to our goal. Again, this is something we know scientifically is very untrue. The struggle with a rest day is very real for many people for a variety of reasons. But I think if you want to commit to having goals, a rest day is also a great goal. And you can set yourself up by making a plan. Maybe you'll go visit a friend that you wouldn't otherwise have time for, or you'll spend time differently with your kids, or you'll commit to relaxing or finally watching that movie you wanted to see. I have a coloring book that I made for rest days where you can create a little mindfulness. There's affirmations in the coloring book so you can sort of think about running without doing it. Rest days are another way to take care of your body and something else that you can celebrate, because for so many of us it's hard and it's something we don't think about giving ourselves, but once you give yourself a rest day, you'll also see those benefits. So we really want to shift our mindset from the idea of thinner is faster to what do I need to make my running more successful? And that might mean faster, or it might just mean more fun to start. So I think if you truly want to enjoy running, we need to relax more, sleep, eat, rest, and we need to celebrate our accomplishments along the way. Sign up for my newsletter and you'll get a freebie from my coloring book, or you can order the coloring book from Amazon. Let me know what goals you're celebrating this week. I'm excited to cheer you on.